The Free State government has raised concerns over the lack of reporting by some farmers when it comes to foot and mouth disease. The province says this undermines effective planning for the vaccination campaign, increasing the risk of further transmission. With the Free State bordering Lesotho, that poses a special challenge as animals tend to move across the two countries easily. SABC News reporter Makgala Masiteng joins us now for more from Botshabelo. Makgala, I would imagine that farmers are eager to find out how it is that they can get their herds vaccinated. 14,000 cattle across the country to be vaccinated by the national program. What detail have they been given about the vaccination campaign?
Indeed, Oliver, many farmers are awaiting to hear the outlining of the process. How is it going to be rolled out? They were very excited, of course, with the announcement of President Cyril Ramaphosa during the State of the Nation address, when he acknowledged and also declared that this is indeed a national crisis and that there will be measures, of course, and processes that will be followed in terms of trying to curb the spread of this disease. At this point in this province, the Department of Agriculture has already confirmed 344 outbreaks across the province. But we've noticed with the numbers, as I'm looking at them, Oliver, is that many of the areas that are affected, especially those that are outside, especially bordering with other provinces, at this point, according to the state, as I'm looking at it, we haven't really seen an indication of problem areas, especially with those that are bordering Lesotho. But of course, the concern is there that the movement of animals is really should be done cautiously, especially in areas that have been affected. Oliver, the department, of course, they place those restrictions to until 10 kilometers from the area that is affected, and those then are arranged to receive vaccination. But earlier on, we have spoken to the Free State Agriculture, which indicated that they are very excited with the announcement, but what they are pushing for more than anything is the fast tracking of the rollout of vaccination, because they are saying that this is at the top of the list, of course, following even the announcement by the Department of Agriculture here in the province, indicating that there is a concern with farmers that are not really reporting on time these cases that are happening. They did mention that they have appealed to farmers to actually try and report these cases on time. But you would remember, Oliver, that there are farmers that are really running your feedlots, the large-scale farmers, that it is not easy to just be able to identify these problems at the early stage. But however, the department has emphasized that it is really important in terms of curbing the spread of this disease, to look into the measures that they can apply, even just waiting for the rollout of the vaccination or any direction coming from the department, to ensure that there are those controls when it comes to animals. Like as we are where we are right now, we are also trying not to come nearer to those farming areas or those kraals, because you'd remember, even us as humans, we can be able to move that disease, and there is a need, of course, for those controls in terms of sanitations and even your vehicles before they come anywhere near the animals, that those measures must be applied to ensure that this disease is kept. But at this moment, the Free State has already confirmed 344 of those cases that have been confirmed. When we spoke to the Free State Agriculture, which is an organization of farmers here in the province, they did also indicate that there's also another concern in terms of even the reporting and confirming the cases, because it takes time between from when the farmers have already reported to when the cases are confirmed, because of lack of capacity coming from the state. But they had really appreciated that President Cyril Ramaphosa indicated that even the private sector will be brought in to try and fast track the rollout of the vaccination, and also they will be able to assist with the vets and also laboratories where they can be able to confirm these cases timelessly.
Yeah, Makgala, thank you so much for that report. Really do appreciate it. A little bit later on in the program, we'll be in conversation with Dr. Pira, the provincial DG, Director General in the province of the Free State, to speak more about some of the details pertaining to their undertakings, particularly in the lead up to the State of the Province address coming up shortly.